Mimi niliingia hii market nikadhani ya kwamba no risk no Ferrari, nikadhani hapa ni kumint, nikadhani hapa ni hapa ni ATM ya pesa. So I messed for 2 years. I had no mentor. I started alone. Nikajifunza YouTube, nikaangalia videos, nikatafuta WhatsApp, PDFs. I started out as a technical trader. Nika memorize all the names of the candlesticks. Kiliramba sana. Nilikuwa pia mimi na mapapara ya kuingia kwa prop firm. When I realized 99%, nikajiambia hapana. Then I came to realize that some prop firms don't actually trade directly. Au kutumi ku trade. They only take your style alafu anakuingiza kwa nini mwitu. Fake trades. They only copy your trades. So you are not in the market directly. So once I realized that, alafu pia US wakaanza kufunga ma prop firms, I realized that this is not something to rush to. It is something to measure twice and cut once. That changed my life. I changed from being a technical analyst to a fundamental analyst. And within time, during my 3.5 years in trading, hapo sasa ndo nikaanza kudevelop a certain strategy ya kuwa hybrid, because I realized fundamentals cannot tell you when to enter the market, when to exit. You also need the technicals. And that is when I came up with my hybrid strategy for trading Forex. And that has changed my life. That has changed my trading life.
Traders, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Top Dollar Trader podcast and I'm your host, Omari. So I had told you, I had promised you that I'm bringing you legit traders who are making legit bundles from the market. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited because I'm joined by one of that like. So Mr. Victor has been in the market for 5 years now. Those are 5 years of experience in the market. But I don't want to speak for him when he's here and he can speak for himself. But ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Victor Ketter. Mr. Victor, how are you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling good. I have the pleasure to come to this particular podcast. It's good to tell the traders out there, beginners, intermediates, and experts, that there are some people that are making money out of legit Forex trading. And that Forex is not a forest. It is trading. Real trading. Thank you so much for welcoming me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I think we can just kickstart it. So I want us to, kuna raia hawajui tuko na nani leo. So I want you to give us a little background about yourself. So maybe your name, kitu ufanya hapa na pale, just some basic things here and there that you may feel comfortable to tell us today.
Okay, thank you so much, Charles. Mimi naitwa Victor Ketter, natoka Eldoret. I have been trading for 5 years, kama jinsi Charles amesema. And I've met ups and downs. For 2 years, I was not profitable. In fact, for 2 years, my account was as red as blood. Now I have come to learn. Mimi niliingia hii market nikadhani ya kwamba no risk no Ferrari, nikadhani hapa ni kumint, nikadhani hapa ni ATM ya pesa. So I messed for 2 years. I had no mentor. I started alone. Nikajifunza YouTube, nikaangalia videos, nikatafuta WhatsApp, PDFs. I started out as a technical trader. Nika memorize all the names of the candlesticks. Kiliramba sana. I blew the demo accounts for 2 years. It was a learning process. I was dipping my fingers inside the water. Now, finally, after 2 years, during my 3rd year, I started making cash. And during my 5th year, now it was on over August, the August holidays. Nikasikia kuna debate ilikuwa inaendelea. Placom made a very funny video about Forex being sim 2. Na nikaona akaingiliwa na kina Kenyan Prince, akaingiliwa na kina Sammy Boy. And I knew that these people were influencers. And so jokingly, I just did a video, and the rest, as they say, is history. So until now, I'm here today with Charles.
Yeah.
Saturday, Saturday, Saturday,
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah, yeah.
It has been a long journey.
Yeah, so you paid fees for 2 years. So hizo ni miaka mbili zenye you were not making money. But now I'm interested to know, like, take us back to that initial, that first moment. How did you find out even about the market? And what is this one thing about the market? Yenye wakati ulisikia Forex ulikuwa like, okay, hii ni kitu interesting, and until you decided that this is what you want to do. So if you want to take us back, what was that and when was it?
Okay, so history of Forex nilisikia, there was a time when I was very overweight. Nilikuwa nimejaza mafuta ndani ya mwili. Watu wengine watasema labda nimenenepa, but back then nilikuwa nimenenepa sana. So nikiwa gym nikasikia jamaa fulani akisema ni forex trader, na coincidentally I went to WhatsApp. There was a certain group nilikuwa ya biashara, and I saw them saying that there is a certain business inaitwa forex, na kwamba hapo forex ndani kutakuwa na pesa ya kwamba you can make 20,000 within a month. Na kawaida yetu wa Kenya tunapenda pesa, extra coin here, extra coin pale. So nikasema hii kitu kama ina mint do, ya nini mimi nikufe nikiwa mwalimu? There is something I can do. Na that is when I came to the forex market. I never came to the forex market because I loved it. I came to the forex market to become a millionaire. Na hapo ndio nikalipa fees vizuri, nikatandikwa proper, nikatandikwa mali hakuna nguo. I felt the pinch. That was it, Charles. Yeah.
Yes. So that was 5 years ago. That's around 2020.
Yes, post corona.
Post corona there. But
Yes.
corona came with a lot of difficulties. But if you look
Yes.
at it from the flip side, I think it kind of elevated the digital economy, because I have talked to many traders. It is during that period that they discovered, most of them discovered about forex, about the market, or even the online thing exploded during that time, because now people were at home, they are not in their traditional jobs, so people had to be creative, like, what can I do, what should I do? So, but you have said something about making 20,000 in a month. Somebody you met in the gym akakwambia, hey, kitu kimaster 20k per month within a very short time. But the reality is you had to pay that fee for 2 years. Then in the process of learning all these things, kuna venye, I remember you said you were blowing accounts. So I'm interested to know, like, before now, during the time ulikuwa una blow these accounts, then it reached a moment where now you are at least making some few money, few coins from the market. So what is this thing yenye ulikuwa unafanya hapo mapema yenye ulikuwa una blow accounts? What are some of the things that were making you to lose money or lose even on these demo accounts? Now with the time, or maybe you worked on them, then you are able now to make few money. So what few things were you doing wrong, then you worked on them, then now it put you in a position yenye at least you are making a living out of this thing?
Number one, I want to tell all those people wenye wanatumia demo, please take the demos very seriously. Mimi naingia kwa demo na nataka ni trade, nimepatiwa $10,000 ya bure. So nikasema hii kitu mbona nitumie 1% risk? Si kitu nipige tu 5,000. Now ukipiga 5,000, then you come and say hii kitu imenifanyia nini? This is free money. After 2 trades, I've already blown the demo account. I used to do over leveraging, number one. And then number two, greed. Unakumbuka nilikuwa nimeambiwa 20,000 inakungoja mahali kwa mwezi. So I was here to make 20,000 kwa mwezi or even more. So that greed, psychology is very important. Na so nikaingia na emotions, nikaingia na revenge trading, nikafungua. The more revenge I wanted, the more the markets did not understand. It revenged also on me. So I was over trading. And then I was over trading also. Nilikuwa nataka kuingia trade kila wakati. And that is how the market made me pay fees to the demo. That's how demo ilinifundisha kwamba market si ya baba yangu. na si ya wazazi wangu. It's a real place, a serious place, to be taken seriously.
Yeah, I think that is interesting, because at least for you, Ata, you had at least you started from a demo account. Because now, when you have not mastered the skill, then you want to try out this thing. I think it's better that you use those simulated funds, ndio ikupe ile feel of the market. So at least I can, applaud you for that. And it is something that maybe traders should look at. If you have not discovered your edge, if you have not discovered or you are not good in the risk management, at least ujaribu kuangalia hii demo uone vile inakupeleka. But now, from then, when you started the learning phase, how did, in fact, I want you to also take us back there, like the learning, how did you do it? Like you mentioned you didn't have a mentor. So how did you teach yourself? Did you go online somewhere, download PDFs and books, read by yourself? Like how was that process, learning process now into the markets?
Okay, I started first of all, there was a WhatsApp group that was coming up. You remember during Corona, there were a lot of resources that were going around. People were selling fruits inside their Pro Box and other things. So there's a certain WhatsApp group I found, nilipata nikalipa 200, nikapata PDFs za notes. It was taking us for for 20 days, ilikuwa ina run for 20 days, and hapo ndo nikaanzia. Ikani recommend to some of the YouTube stars wa Forex, people like akina Karen Fu, watu kama akina Reina Teo. So huko ndo nikaanzia. I watched those guys kidogo, pia nikaongezea Baby Pips, and the problem was that all these guys were technical based. So that's why I started off as a technical analyst. But now the market ikanifundisha kwamba technical haiwezekani. Akina Parabolic, akina MACD, akina Rasai. I had to start looking for another strategy. Then I started doing news. Nika trade over the news because I realized ya kwamba during the news the market moves a lot. But pia hapo nikachapwa kichapo cha umbwa. Sasa wachana ile technical. Hapa nikachapwa kichapo cha umbwa because the markets were up. Alafu a few seconds they are down. So ikanifundisha discipline. And that is why I want to warn all those people watching. Please, usitegemee kutrade during the news. It taught me a very important lesson. That wait for the market to settle. Because during the news event, the market is very volatile. And then after the news, inatulia ni kama nothing happened. So, news ikanifundisha. Then finally, one time nikajiambia, mbona market ina respond kwa news? What is this news? Then I went somewhere and they told me, kuna kitu naitwa forexfactory.com. Somebody I met on YouTube, sikumbuki ni nani. That changed my life. I changed from being a technical analyst, nikaanza kuwa fundamental analyst. And within time, during my 3.5 years in trading, hapo sasa ndo nikaanza kudevelop a certain strategy ya kukua hybrid, because I realized fundamentals cannot tell you when to enter the market, when to exit. You also need the technicals. And that is when I came up with my hybrid strategy for trading Forex. And that has changed my life. That has changed my trading life.
Okay, interesting. So when you are talking about hybrid, hivyo inamaanisha ni kama ni combination ya, the technicals and the fundamentals. So maybe, unatumia technicals to identify areas mali unaingia kwa market, then now you use the fundamentals as the bigger picture. So maybe mali market iko projected kwenda. Is your strategy looking like that?
Yes, my strategy in a combined sentiment. What are the institutional investors doing? Where are they trading? In America, companies have to report what they are buying and what they are selling in terms of currencies and other commodities. So I use that data to know where institutional buyers have bought. This report comes out every Friday. Every Friday, I use that one because these institutional investors ni kama kukata shortcut, ni kama kupata mfanyabiashara na kuambia vile alianza biashara yake. Now number two, I take the GDP, inflation, interest rates, unemployment rate. They're also part of the strategy. The third point, I look at the trend of the market. Is the market going up or down? I consider. Then I add all these factors, naziongeza zote. Once I add all these factors, there's a certain score. Ninajiambia, market ikipita plus fulani. For example, if it's a plus 10, ikipita plus 10, ama ipite negative 10, that's a buy, this is a sell. So you do a guide, and it's a hybrid system because it has technicals in trend. Then it has sentiment in terms of COT data, the institutional investors. So all these I add them up kama maxi ya wanafunzi, and then I score them, and I do them over the weekend. By Monday, I already have a score and I'm ready to trade. I already have some bias in the market. That's how I do it.
Then you have talked about COT data. You have talked about what you use to do this fundamental analysis. Now,
Yes.
kwa mtu kuna trader, this is the first time anasikia even COT data, is not familiar. Ama for somebody who is looking to get into trading these fundamentals. Sababu fundamentals zenyewe, in this age, very few people use fundamentals. People are more into technicals. So hii data yenye unatumia, unaingia wapi? Where do you log? Then you are able to pull all this data ndio uifanyie analysis. Where is your source?
Okay, I use trading economics. Trading economics gives me all the data, and as soon as news comes out, it is updated there. You can find it there free of charge. I use that trading economics heatmap, all the countries zinanipatia, alafu Saturday mi napiga tu hesabu zangu polepole. Alafu COT data unaweza kuipata kwa tradingstar.com. That is where you find all the COT data. So data zangu zote ni free of charge na zinapatikana online kwa urahisi with the click of a button.
Okay. Yeah. So recently we had something called the government shutdown. So the US government was under shutdown na tukupata vitu kama NFP and other news releases zenye as a trader unatumia to make all those projections in the market. But other people, especially people who lean on the technical side, especially like me, tunaweza kosa kuelewa what it really means to have a government shutdown. So for you, I think in critical, because you are using all these fundamental data, it will mostly affect your trading. So for somebody mwenye haelewi what is a government shutdown or the consequences of that, like tell us what happened, what led to that government shutdown, na ili affect aje trading yako during those few weeks there.
Okay, thank you so much, Charles. A government shutdown basically shut down. It is when the services of the government, except the essential services, zimefungwa. They are not offered to the public. This is the reason why. Every September, by 30, is it? By the end of September, heading to October, Congress, which is like a parliament in Kenya, it must have passed the budget to be used. So, if the budget has not yet been passed by that time, then it means no money can be transferred from the treasury to the government departments or the ministries as we know it. So, if the ministries don't get money, it means that then salaries are not there, pesa ya mafuta is not there, pesa ya kufuel magari, it's not there. So basically, even some of the workers stay at home because there's nothing to do. Everything needs money. So this occurs when the executive and the Congress fail to reach an agreement over certain things, and then some members of the Congress, bunge, they protest. So basically this time round it's the Democrats. Wakati Obama ilikuwa Republicans. So Democrats wamesusia. And over there they don't have tyranny of numbers. It is almost balanced. So the president has to convince. Inabidi abembeleze. So the problem of the government shutdown to Forex ni ya kwamba there'll be no NFP and these other important and critical data, because all this data is given out by the government departments. So when the government departments don't get any budget, wafanyikazi hawana nini ya mshahara, there's nothing to do, and they have to collect this data, they have to analyze it, and then they give it to us. So because it's a government department and only essential services like health are being financed, it means we'll not get fresh data. And for a fundamentalist like me, I don't have the latest labor data. I don't have it. There's no NFP, so I don't know about the unemployment rate. I don't know about the employment change. I don't know about the average hourly earnings. These are very critical because they are part of my strategy. So, and for my strategy to work, I love to use tail data. Inabidi natumia ile data mala. Sipate tena data fresh. So that is how it affects fundamentals.
Okay. So during that season, were you very active, or now because of that you had to relax a bit,
My luck kama my the good thing
No,
about
no,
my strategy, the good thing about my strategy is that I don't rely on one particular data. I
okay.
use a weighted system. All the data are not created equal. Nyingine iko na max nyingi kushinda ingine. So like for example, when you come to employment data, nimeipatia ka 1. So but the highest marks inaenda kwa trend na institutional investors. Now, another thing to remember also, unfortunately, because of this government shutdown, we could not get the latest COT report. So I've been trading, but I've been using my old data. Nimekuwa nikitumia ile ya kitambo. Trusting that, okay, hata kama hii data itauma nje, let it balance with other important data. So that is what I've been doing.
Nice, nice. So Squeezy, there is something called prop firms, and they are here. They promise to solve the capital problem. So unapata like you are given simulated funds, then you have to prove your trading skill. Then ukifika mahali you are now given an account. Then from that account you can do your trading thing, alafu you are able to do withdrawals. So I'm interested to know, like for you, are you also trying to explore easy prop firm, ama you are only trading your own personal account? So between the two, which is your style? What are you using?
Now, a prop firm, ni ile sijapata muda, but there's something that scared me. I came to realize that 99% of traders who try prop firms wanaanguka. Only 1% wanapita. And of these 1% wenye wanapita, only a few make it. Is it how many percent? Mtaenda kuangalia vizuri. That is what scared me. It scared me a lot. And nilikuwa pia mimi na mapapara ya kuingia kwa prop firm. When I realized 99%, nikajiambia hapana. Then I came to realize that some prop firms don't actually trade directly. Hawakutumi kutrade. They only take your style alafu anakuingiza kwa nini mwitu. Fake trades. They only copy your trades. So you are not in the market directly. So once I realized that, alafu pia US wakaanza kufunga ma prop firms, I realized that this is not something to rush to. It is something to measure twice and cut once. And I can see this craze going on. Kila Mkenya, even I get phone calls. A person telling me, I want to try a prop firm. And I ask them, do you have the knowledge? Anasema hapana, nimejifundisha tu kidogo YouTube, ndio nataka nijaribu. Please, before you try a prop firm, take that small amount of yours. Ingia nayo kwa trade. If that small amount of yours cannot work, forget about prop firms until you get a strategy. Don't rush to it. Hii ni ile kitu tunaingilia ndani alafu tunapata huko ndani kunanuka. Then the prop firms will never return your money. Hiyo evaluation fee ni ile non-refundable. Ukishapatiana imeenda. And you know what, Charles? I came to realize ya kwamba wanasema prop firms, the reason why they'll never be shut is because when traders lose this money, wanaisanya polepole. Sasa assuming 10,000 shillings per trader and you get 1,000 traders, alafu only 9,900 wamepita. Charles, sio pesa ni tamu sana.
That's a good sum of money there.
So just be satisfied na pesa yako kidogo kwanza. Once hiyo pesa yako kidogo inakumekia do, then you are ripe for prop firms. Alafu number 2, some Kenyans are also calling me and they're telling me ya kwamba ati mtu alitolewa nje ya trade. You know, these prop firms wako na drawdown limit fulani. Ukiingia pale na gambling mentality na mzungu ajue unafanya gambling mentality, utanyang'anywa account. They need disciplined traders. That's why nimesema jaribu kwanza na pesa yako kidogo before adding north.
Very nice. So now on this your personal account and more especially sasa kwa risk management, like how are you trading it? Like I don't know how your account is, but let's say you have a 100k account. So on this account, wakati umepata this one particular setup, you gonna feel like this your A+ setup. How do you now approach your risk management in terms of now kuingia kwa market? Will you be like in for 10% of that account, ama you are that extra conservative ile una trade like maybe 1-2%? So where risk management yako, how do you do it?
Okay, Charles, nitajibu hilo swali na swali. For how long will the market last?
The market, it has been there, it is here now, and it will always be there.
Sasa mimi najiambia, if the markets will be here even for the next 30 years, na tutaiacha hapa. Why rush? When I approach any trade, I tell myself, this is one of the thousands of trades that I'll be able to take until I die. So I have no rush. I use 1% only. I use only 1% per trade risk. 1% peke yake. So if you give me 100,000, I will risk 1%. That is 1,000 per trade. Charles, if I have 1,000 per trade and you have given me 100,000, how many trades will I have to blow before the money is diminished or replenished? How many?
That is around 100 trades.
Yes. Hata kama mimi ni mjinga namna gani, can I lose 100 trades?
If you are losing 100 trades, then it means you don't have a strategy.
Now, if I risk 10%, how many trades will I have to do, to blow?
You go 10 trades there.
Is it possible to lose 10 trades?
Very possible.
So, now, you have entered with your 10,000 per trade. And then you lose 6 of those. How much have you lost?
So you are down 60k.
What is the probability of coming back and making back your money?
If you are still going 10%, then you, okay, already your emotions are jacked up. So that itself reduces the chances to -0, not even 0. They go less than 0. So there is a big probability that you are going to blow that account.
Yes. What about me? I have lost 10 trades, not even 6, 10. How much have I lost?
So you are down 10,000.
How much am I remaining with?
90k.
Do I have a chance to come back?
You will. You have.
Yes. So once in your mindset, you have decided that you want to survive. To survive, you will. So I risk 1%. And when I tell myself when I'll get millions to trade with, I'll go to 0.5% so that I can survive for 200 trades. Forex is one step at a time. No need to rush. No need to rush. And risk management is what is making, when you check most of the brokers, they'll tell you that 90% of traders lose. because of risk management and trading psychology.
Okay, very nice. So you are trading 1%, but let's say there is this 1 week. It has been a good week in the market. So you have hit consistent wins. So maybe your account now is somewhere, let's say 20% green. Now from there, how will you continue approaching that account? Like, will you now feel comfortable that you have a buffer that now you can upscale your risk, or you will still be consistent with that 1% while taking those withdrawals? So what is your mindset when you are green?
Whether I win or I lose, I maintain the same strategy, I maintain the same position size, because I never know when death may be coming into my account. You can
Okay.
never predict. So the best thing is to remain disciplined, because actually there's something called overconfidence. There's a guy Charles amenipigia leo.
Mhm.
This guy had 10,000 shillings, Kenya shilling. He flipped it after a month, went to 130,000. That is luck. Then this guy akaingia gold last week.
Mhm.
You know what happened to that guy?
You tell me.
That guy
Don't know.
was crying. That guy was crying.
Lost
Amerudi
the
zero,
whole amount.
whole amount, because of discipline. The problem with flipping, the problem with overconfidence is that it makes you think that the markets were created for you. So you start treating it as gambling. So that is why even when I win, I will maintain the same position. Kama nilikuwa na trade na micro lot, I'll maintain my micro lot. Kama ilikuwa ni mini lot, I maintain mini lot. It is good to be consistent in the markets. Don't change anything. And the only time you should change your position is when you are in a losing streak. When you are in a drawdown, you should reduce your position size so that you don't lose a further amount. But when you are winning, please let not that small amount that you are gaining cheat you, because the market moves in wavy lines. You never know when the blow will come. So don't increase your position size even when winning. Maintain discipline. And discipline is better, way better, and will make you survive in the market.
Yeah. So you have given an interesting story about that one friend of yours. So you also say that you get into gambling. Then there are people who are trading, or people who think that they are trading, but in the real sense they are not trading. They are gambling. You know, they are placing trades like for no reason. They are like just for the adrenaline. So if somebody may not even know, but for you, how should somebody spot like you are not trading but you are gambling? So what is that one thing that can tell you that now hapa mali nimefika, this is no longer trading, this is gambling?
Number one, unategemea bahati. You are relying on luck. You have no strategy. Unakuwa kama mtu anasema deep, deep, deep. You are playing with the market. Uko hide and seek na market. You have no strategy. Number two, you are relying on the internet to give you signals. You are gambling. Number three, you think that you believe in ads, advertisements, sales advertisements ambazo zinakudanganya. You believe in them. You believe in online influencers ya kwamba these people can make you rich. Number three, you believe that that the forex market can make you an overnight millionaire, a millionaire overnight. If you don't believe that forex is a get rich slow scheme, then you're gambling. But if you do this, you're an investor or a business person. Number one, you treat forex as a business. Number two, you do risk management. Number three, you have a strategy. That is the difference between taking Forex as an investment and taking Forex as gambling. So avoid being a gambler. Otherwise, markets itakufundisha adabu. Ile methali asiyefunzwa na mama ufunzwa na ulimwengu, utaichambua kwa Forex.
Yeah, very nice. There is something that we see, in fact, mostly in online, because unaona trader online like he has several screens. Apata mtu ako na screen 8 somewhere, hapa ana watch the 1 hour candle, hapa ana watch gold, euro, USD, so many screens. So somebody has several screens there. So do you think that for somebody to be profitable, you must have those many screens? Ama you can just be on your phone or on your laptop, then doing this thing and still be able to pull out money from the market. But I'm interested, like for you, how do you approach it? Una trade kwa simu, una trade kwa laptop, ama kuna venye pia, you have that one big system?
Charles, kama wewe kwako una vitanda vinne, utavilalia vyote?
No.
Usingizi ni ngapi? Ni moja. The price of euro USD haitabadilika kwa hii laptop, ibadilike kwa hii laptop. Euro USD chart ni ile ile, haibadiliki. What I recommend is this. This craze ilitokea kwa hedge funds. Gurus and influencers walienda wakaona hedge funds na stock market analysts. Those people must have a lot of screens because they are comparing a lot of markets. But for Forex, you need one phone and one screen. A screen, whether be it a laptop ama unatumia desktop, hiyo screen inakuonyesha ni mzuri for analysis. Uzuri ya screen, unachorea vizuri Fibonacci, unaweza chora support and resistance vizuri. Unajua shida ya simu iko na screen ndogo, so for analysis it's not good. But for entering and exiting the market, simu iko sawa, because simu unaweza download MT4, MT5, unaweza download anything. So for execution, a phone. For analysis, unatumia a laptop or a screen. So you don't need a lot of screens. That is just show off. But mtu mwenye anahitaji a lot of screens, mwenye mimi namjua kazi yake anahitaji screens sana na anahitaji setups mingi, ni DJ. So if you are not a DJ, screen wachia ma DJ. A lot of setups achia ma DJ. And if you are a beginner, somebody will ask me kama ana pesa. Kama una pesa, just start with your phone. Anza na simu yako, alafu onja trading kidogo, alafu baadaye unaweza tumia hiyo nini yako initial investment kuiweka kwa laptop ikusaidie for analysis, to make analysis easier. Yes, Charles, that is it.
Everybody comes to the market to make, to win. But the reality of the market is that it is not every day utamuka uingie kwa market then you hit those consistent wins. There are losses. And now what I came to discover is that many people or mentors who are teaching about this Forex thing, they teach you on how to win, but they forget that losing is part of the game. They forget to teach you how to lose, or how to handle all those losses. Like for you, with the 5 years of experience umekuwa kwa market, I'm very sure you have hit several losses. So I am curious to know, like when you have hit a loss or when you have hit those consistent loss, how you responding to those losses? Like will you take your time out from the market, ama utakuwa bado kwa market but very conservative and very risking very small? So how do you respond when you are hitting losses or drawdowns?
Okay, number one, I have come to accept that losing is part of the strategy in market. In fact, I have come to see it as death. It will come definitely. In fact, if you are winning, Unajiuliza, when am I losing? When is my losing month coming? When are my losing sticks coming? Once you accept ya kwamba losses will be part of life, just like that, then you'll start taking them positively. Once they happen to you, utaweka kwa lungs. Kuna mwanasiasa kutoka Uasin Gishu aliwahi siasa weka kwa lungs. So in the same way, winnings and losses in the forex market, weka kwa lungs. Accept that the losses will come. Ni kama back then when I was dating. Kuna wasichana walikubali na kuna wenye walikataa. It's the same with the market. Kuna wenye watakukataa. And one thing I can tell you is that don't change your strategy because you are making some losses. Because the winnings will also come. Vumilia tu. Ni kama niliwesikia Jimmy Gate akiimba akisema kuteseka ni kwa muda. The drawdowns will come. Don't lose up. Unless if your strategy had flaws, usibadilishe haraka haraka. Don't lose up yet. Even some of the best strategies lose in some markets, lose in some places. Over the corona ililete vitu vingi. And so wewe ungetest strategy yako wakati wa corona, you could have looked at yourself as a loser. I like what one teacher once said. Alisema kama nini wote animals wote angekuwa wanagejiwa based on how they can climb trees or swim, then fish angeshinda yote. Fish angeshinda kwa swimming, but angeshindwa kupanda miti. So basically I usually accept. Mimi nakubalingi. Number 2, ninafunga screen yangu, ninafunga simu yangu, and I go out, have a walk, have a cup of tea, so that initoke kwa kichwa. Naenda kusikia my music, nasikia motivational nini, so that I get it out of my head. Ukiluza alafu endelee kubaki kwa charts, you'll be tempted to do revenge trading. You'll be tempted to force trades. And the more you force trades na kupatia emotions zako, the markets will teach you that it is very emotionless. You will cry, my friend. So I usually get out of the screen. I accept it. And then number 3, I usually trade with an amount of money I'm willing to lose. I trade with a small amount. Risk management. Naingia kwa trade na lose 1,300. 1,300 ndio inaweza kuwa pesa, lakini si lenye inakupatia kizunguzungu. It's not like a person mwenye ameingia na standard lot na I lose 130,000. It will be very emotional. And pale nilijifunzia, there is a time when I was starting out, I risked 6,000 in a trade. Nililala hivi kwa kitanda, I am trembling kama mtu mwenye homa. Until I was walking, my partner woke me up na akaniambia, na wewe nini mbaya unashake leo? And I was shivering. Are you sick? Nikamwambia hapana. I was looking at the charts and na ilikuwa inawaka red. Akaniambia hivi vitu wachana nayo. Nikatoka hiyo trade na nikarudi tena nikaweka 1,000 yangu. That is when I was able to sleep soundly mpaka hata nikaamka saa 3 ya asubuhi. So don't over risk. So that when you lose you can accept it. Usiinvest sana, usitume transport sana, you'll cry.
You'll cry. Definitely. And now it is on a trading day, maybe on that Monday, then you are placing trades, so you are active in the market. So wakati sasa umeka hii trade, how you managing that trade? Like do you place your stops and your targets alafu unaacha either of them to be hit, ama you will be there trying to micromanage that trade, like maybe ikienda against you ama ikienda in favor, you are trying to move that stop loss, ama ikienda even to the green zone, you are trying to take partials. So do you do that micromanaging of a trade, ama wewe wakati umeplace trade unaweka target zako na stop yako, then you leave everything for chance? How do you do it?
Once I enter a trade, I place my stop loss. I never do take profit, because take profit inakula nini yako. And then I let the winners run. What I do is that if I'm in a bullish setup, nitashinda nikifuatanisha tu na stop loss yangu. Once it makes a higher low, naweka stop loss yangu. Ikiendelea kupiga higher low, naweka nini yangu. I will continue that way mpaka wakati market itarudi i-reverse kidogo ama ipige pullback, then I'll have gotten all these profits. Unlike a take profit nitoe mapema. So I will put a trailing stop loss. I usually use a trailing stop loss. I trail higher low.
Okay. Very nice. So watu wanakuanga na hii kitu ya comparison. That's why unaona mtu anaingia online akiona mtu ako na GLE, so na yeye anataka GLE, that pressure. Ama somebody sees you doing something but and they feel that just because huyu mtu fulani anafanya hii kitu fulani, I can also be able to do this. Maybe just because uko hii age or whatever reason. But you can try to do what somebody else does, but it will be hard because you are not that person and you do not experience hizo struggles you mtu amepitia. So somebody like you sasa, you have been for 5 years in the markets, kuna experience umepick. Somebody may want to make money like you do, but they cannot because of these struggles, or akifika hizi struggles maybe ana quit. So for you, what are some of these struggles zenye umepitia kwa market for all these 5 years zenye watu hawaoni hapa nje, lakini if you get to sit with them unaweza waambia nini? Vitu gani umepitia until now you are able to make some money from the market?
Number one is that profitability will take time. Hawezi anza kutrade leo na pesa zikuja haraka. Sometimes pesa zinakaa kama pesa za tender. They take time. Number two, sometimes your strategy will not work in some seasons. Some seasons inakaa ni kama imekuroga. Please usiende kwa mchawi. It is that way. Some seasons are not good. Number three, don't withdraw money. Don't withdraw your winnings immediately. Usitoe pesa yote immediately because you might need them later when the losing streaks come. Then the next thing is that the losses will come, but ensure that you have more winnings than losses. And finally, sometimes you can be having a good win rate, but if you have a good win rate, sometimes even a 90% win rate, it does not determine. Sometimes you can have a 95% win rate and still lose money. It depends on your risk-reward ratio. So that are the lessons worth learning.
Okay. Yeah. Mekumbuka before we were talking that unaweka stop loss, then you have that trading stop loss. Then one thing I know, there are only 2 ways that you can ruin your account or blow your account. One of them ni kukosa kuweka stop loss. And another one, hiyo tumesema you are trying to, trade maybe 10% of that account, a big size. But now, placing a stop loss in itself is skill. And many people have not mastered that skill. So I'm interested, like for you, when you want to place that stop loss, how is that stop loss informed? Like, is it informed by a specific level of price action, maybe on a level of support, ama a level of, demand, ama it is based on a minimum dollar amount? Maybe ile unasema nataka ku lose 5k, so you place that stop loss at 5k before uanze ku trade. So how is your stop loss informed? Is it any of the two, or how do you do it?
I use an indicator called average true range. Inapima how the price movement has been. Kama ni ATR 14, how has the price movement been for the last 14 candles, for example. So if it's a daily chart for the last 14 days, if it's a hourly chart for the last 14 hours. So hiyo inaniambia market imekuwa ikichezea hapa. So ikipita hapa, that is a loss already. So ATR is very important. So kama unataka kuweka stop loss yako, it's very important. I know that some people there wanatumia moving average. So I find that using the indicator is very important kwa sababu inaniambia penye imekuwa ikichezea. So naiweka chini kidogo. Sifanyi tight sana. Ukifanya tight, it is easy for it to be hit. Yes.
Okay. Na si kubwa sana, so that by the time maybe market is against you, when it goes down, unapata by the time it hits your stop loss, you are down bad.
Yes, ikiwa too wide tena, when it's too wide, you lose a lot of money because every pip is some amount. Ikitegemea na your position size. So let it not be too wide, too tight. Find a position midway, katikati, ambayo haitakula pesa mingi na itakutoa mapema.
Okay. So you also say that you only analyze your fundamentals on the weekend. You know, by Monday, you already know bias yako, how you are going to approach that market in the, subsequent week. But, wakati umemaliza hivyo, like in a week or in a day, how many trades are you looking to place? Like, do you have a minimum amount of trades zenye unaeka ile like opportunity ikikupea 10 unaeka 10, ama you limit yourself and accumulative in that whole week before your week ingine you do another analysis? How many trades are you going to place?
The trades they depend on my setup. Over the weekend, I create the bias. Nasema kwa mfano, for example, this week USD card na euro AUD, that is Australia dollar against the US dollar, are my setups. Nakuja na mark kwa charts, and then I wait for it over the 4-hour chart. So basically I don't set a certain limit. Ikigonga tu nini yangu, ikigonga tu my target kama ni a certain support zone, then I enter the market. I'm a swing trader, so I stay in a market for 2 days to several weeks mpaka market nitoe. So kama ningekuwa a day trader, ndio ningekuwa naeka a set amount of trades ya kufanya kwa siku, but I don't have a set number of trades per day. Kama mbili itagonga nini yangu, target yangu yenye niliset over the weekend, naingia zote mbili. Kama hakuna, I wait.
So on average, how long are you holding on to a trade?
It depends on how long the winners will run. Sometimes even I can stay for as much as 10 days, 14 days. Ama market wakati mwingine inakuwa na kizungumkuti, inanitoa after 2 days, ni sawa. So inategemea na pali stop loss yangu itaitiwa, ndio itanitoa automatically. So sijitoi kulingana na profits ama kitu chochote. Stop loss ikiwa hit, bas.
Ni hivyo. Sometimes there is a disconnect between knowing how to trade and now the actual trading. Like unaweza pata mzee anajua anafaa kufanya hivi, but it becomes a challenge in doing that thing. Like for instance, unajua like I don't have to overtrade, but you find yourself overtrading. Ama I have to set a stop loss, but you find yourself not adhering to that, ama risking bigger than you should not. So what do you think contributes to thing? Is it a psychological challenge? Is it what do you think that can be, and how can it be solved? Is it like you stay consistent with the markets, ujipe enough screen time? How can you deal with that?
Okay, so take time kidogo kidogo, trade pesa kidogo, so that you acclimatize with the market. Usiingie tu na kuingia full swing. Kuingia full swing, utaspoil kila kitu na your mental game. You should build polepole, ndio mental game yako ikuje juu polepole. And with market utakuwa very mature, with time utakuwa very mature, na market itakutisha tena. You'll be able to adapt well. But it's normal, mara ya kwanza unashuka, you make erratic decisions kama za watoto wadogo tu kawaida. Unajua mtoto akigrow anasumbua. So but don't worry, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. So for ni miaka 5 sahi, like have you ever had a moment yenye una feel like hey man, hii kitu ni ngumu sana? Have you ever forex mai kufikisha to the age where you feel like now maybe I need to look for something else to do, ama this is becoming harder than you thought? So umeifika kwa age ufike like you are thinking about giving up on this?
Yes, there's a time nilikuwa profit ya 4,000, then Trump akaleta story ya retaliatory tariffs, and my S&P 500 trade moved from 4,000 profit to to break even. And the best thing is that I did not lose any money. Na nilikuwa nimeiwekea, the problem with the markets, unajua, you can never tell what will be next. hiyo 4000 nilikuwa nimeingojea sana, nilikuwa nimeimake after 4 days. So nilikuwa naona hapa nimekuwa sawa, nilikuwa nimejiona ni kama by the time I get out of class after 4 hours nitakuwa na 10,000. Unfortunately 10,000 yangu ikabadilika ikakuwa zero, so I felt very bad, nikasikia vibaya, ni kama market iko against mimi because hiyo pesa nilikuwa nimeweka kwa akili na vile wanasema don't count your chicks before they hatch, but now I've learned to move on that thing. Karibu niambie there's no need of trading because why should I make 4,000 and lose it? Nikaanza kujiquestion my strategy, my what, but you could keep off the charts ikanisaidia sana. Nikatulia and here I am teaching forex
several years later. But hii forex kuna venye, you know, it is so much associated with scamming and scamming activities. Like squeezy, you see some other business they are cropping inside the forex. Like there is trade management. Kuna watu wanakwambia they are offering flipping, so they want you to send the money, all those things. Like have you ever found yourself in a situation mali umeskamiwa also online, and what happened to you? Like tell us, umai skamiwa, and why is this field so much associated with scammers and scamming activities? Na mtu mwenye anataka maybe kuingia hii forex, what are some of the things unaangalia unaona huyo mtu si kitu anataka kunifunza, this person just wants my money? So have you found yourself in that situation yenye umeskamiwa, and how can somebody spot a scammer somewhere?
Okay. Luckily by the time niliingia forex, niliingia kwa sababu niliingia tu hivi na nikapata notes, nikapata videos, so I was aware of what forex is. These scammers are taking advantage of people without knowledge. Watu hawana knowledge. Watu hatajui. You know, sometimes a person might be doing wash na anakuja anadanganyishia forex. So I can urge people that please look for legit traders wa kufundisha knowledge, so that hautakoniwa. It is ignorance that is making us be scammed. Alafu ya pili, ukitaka kujua scammer, ya kwanza atakuharakisha. Alafu ukimuuliza story ya history, ataki kusema trading history yake iko wapi. Alafu anakuitisha pesa haraka haraka. He demands money from you. He wants money as soon as possible. There is something he's hiding. He's not ready to show you a course outline. Kama ni mentor, hayuko tayari kuonyesha course outline, hayuko tayari kujibu maswali mengi. Kila kitu anakuambia we'll get it in class. So scams are very, and then a scam atakupatia get rich quick scheme ama mentality ya get rich quick. Atakwambia kitu utameka million within a month, anakupatia very short timeline. So when you see when the deal is too sweet, you should think twice. That is a scam. But ukipata mtu ambaye anakufundisha get rich slow, anakuambia polepole, una pile consistent compounding, that is a good person or a mentor. Lakini ukipata mwenye anakuambia kitu ni kwa tajiri haraka haraka na anakupigia story 1 2 na anakuharakisha, that is a scam. So take care of scammers out there.
Okay. Now, there is this one person mwenye, you know, you also wants to explore these markets. Like, anataka kuingia forex, and, you know, maybe from your advice, ataki kuingia kwa prop, anataka anze na personal account yake. So, if, like a mentor, like you now, how can you advise this person in terms of capital? What is the realistic amount of capital yenye anaweza invest such that he can be able to make reasonable profits kutoka kwa market? Ama on the flip side, kikimoramba, it is not such a big account that anaweza umia na give up atoroke kutoka kwa market. So what is the a realistic initial investment yenye a new person mwenye ndiye anataka kujaribu hii skill anaweza ingia nayo kwa market?
Inategemea na forex broker, but some forex brokers wana offer as less as $7. That is about 900 and something. Hiyo ni kama 1,000 per trade moja. So ni vizuri mimi naambia watu kuingia na amount yenye uko nayo, so that you learn as you go on. So you don't need a huge amount. Uanza tu na pesa yako kidogo. In fact, hiyo pesa kidogo kidogo ya kuweka inakufundisha discipline. Usingoje kuwa na pesa kubwa. So it depends on the broker. Just check on the broker on nini yake, margin requirement yake, and then you can start trading, but ensure kabla uingie trading you have the knowledge. Knowledge is very critical.
That is very key. So we are closing up. We are almost on the tail end of this, but I want to ask you just some 3 general questions so that you give me what you think about them. So number 1, what is the one thing that you wish somebody should have told you before you entered into trading?
I wish someone told me that Forex is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-slow scheme. Number 2, I wish someone could have told me that Forex is not a monthly thing. It is about 3 years, and that Forex is a business. It's like a business. Usichukue pesa yako ya shamba na uingize Forex. Number 3, I wish someone would have told me that Forex si charts peke yake. You need to be smart upstairs na kujua the factors affecting. I wish someone had told me that fundamentals matter and technicals follow. Those are the things I wish someone told me. Ake ningekuwa mbali sana.
Very nice. So number 2, like now with the experience that you have, if you wake up tomorrow, then you part like you don't remember anything, your memory is wiped. So or not even your memory is wiped. With the experience umepata sahi, the things that you have learned through, if you are taken back again, what will you do different yenye itakumake maybe progress yako yenye imekuwa refu will shorten that progress to maybe from 5 years ungeanza kutengeneza pesa na 2 years? What will you do different?
I will start with fundamentals and use technicals for entry and exit only. That's what I'll do differently. I will not rely 100% on technical, kwa sababu technical ni kama technical inakwambia enda anua nguo wakati mvua imeshanyesha. It is history. It is history. Ni vitu vinafanyika kitambo. Ni kama uende uangalie masahani watu walishakula. But fundamentals are forward looking na zinakuambia Buddha pale wanapika chapati, unaenda unapata jikoni ndio wanatoa the last chapati from the fire. So fundamentals matter always, very important.
Very important. So the last question is which trading resource that has been very important and very beneficial to you? So which that trading resource that imekusaidia and you cannot do without, or without that trading resource you cannot be where you are today with your trading?
Number 1 book that helped me a lot was Currency Trading for Dummies. Currency Trading for Dummies, a very important resource. Online, we have Investopedia. Investopedia, the Forex part. It simplifies all those terms. And then it tells you about them in detail. And then we also have baby pips for beginners. Kama hujui chochote kuhusu Forex, anza baby pips. Wako mpaka na cartoons ya kukueleza all the Forex basics. Itakuelezea the terms na utaelewa the Forex market vizuri sana. Those resources plus a few in YouTube, not everything. After gaining skills now you will know which videos to sieve out. Hizo zitakusaidia sana. That's a good place to start.
I remember ulisema you switched to somebody on YouTube when alikufunza hizi fundamentals. There are not so many people who are teaching fundamentals on YouTube. So if you can remember, can you maybe give us that channel so that maybe somebody who are interested in hii fundamentals can go and check out and avoid that hassle and struggle?
Kama kuna mtu alifundisha mambo ya fundamentals, it's Karen Fu. Karen Fu from Singapore. Huyo lady alinifundisha a lot of things about the fundamentals.
It is paid or it is free?
It is free. Karen Fu yuko free, utapata pale free. Kama utafuta signals hata kupatia, but yeye anafundisha vizuri sana. She tells you she has no charts, but the knowledge pale real gem.
I'm talking about signals. Signals work kweli. Have you ever tried using signals?
The signals don't work 100%. The only signals that
Mhm.
work are those that are very expensive. Otherwise,
Mhm.
hizi signals zingine za 10,000, 1,000 hizo ni mbo. I've never used signals because the market is never 100% guaranteed. So they don't always work, but they work sometimes.
Very nice. So, Mwalimu, it has been a very nice ride. I am very grateful that you have shared all this. It has been very insightful, and I'm very sure some people will get value from this. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we come to the end of this episode. If you like the episode, you can give me a thumbs up. And if you want more, you can also hit that subscription button so that next time when I upload, you are able to get all this kind of information. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was our time. God bless.